Good afternoon, students. So today we'll discuss about core. So in casting, cores are used to produce hollows. So core comes into picture when we have to make components of hollow cavity. Like mold, core is also made up of sand. A core can be defined as a body of sand which is used to form a cavity of desired shape and size in a casting. So while the mold is prepared, the part where we have to keep a hollow cavity, we have to keep the core. The core is divided into two types basing on the method of their preparation. They are green sand core and dry sand core. So green sand core are obtained by the pattern itself during molding. This is used only for those type of cavities which permit the withdrawal of the pattern, leaving the core as a part of the mold. So during molding, the core itself prepared. But we have to, so this is the green sand core. So the cavity, the pattern is withdrawn, leaving the core inside the mold. So this is green sand core. Next is dry sand core. So this core is prepared separately in a core box and then it is dried. So this is known as dry sand core. The dry sand cores are also known as process cores. These cores are located in the mold in the sheets formed by the core prints provided on the patterns. In the previous case, the pattern prepares the core itself, green sand core. But here the pattern prepares a sheet that is known as core print, where after removing the pattern, this separately prepared core is placed inside the mold. So that is depending on the type of preparation, core is divided into two types. But depending on the shape and position in the prepared mold, the cores are classified into following types: horizontal core, vertical core, balanced core, hanging or cover core, stop-off core, ram-off core, Keyscore. So now we will describe about each type of core. So this core is classified depending on the structure and the position, how it is kept inside the mold. So horizontal core is most common and simple type of core. It is assembled in the mold with its axis horizontal. So this is the picture of horizontal core. So inside the mold, the core is placed keeping its axis horizontal. So next is vertical core. So it is similar to horizontal core. Only difference is it is fitted with its axis vertical. A major portion of the core usually remains in the drag part of the mold. So this is the diagram of vertical core. Next is balanced core. It is used to produce a blind hole along a horizontal axis in a casting. It is supported only on one end, the other end remaining free in the mold cavity. So it is supported at one end, the free end is supported itself. So to balance the core, the weight of the overhanging portion is designed such that it must be long enough to be balanced itself. So this is the example of balanced core. Part of the core is inside the mold and part of the core is not supported inside the mold. Next is hanging or cover core. A core which hangs vertically in the mold and has no support at its bottom is known as a hanging core. So this is the diagram of hanging core. So it is not supported at the bottom. Next is top-off core. It is employed when a hole is desired to be produced in the casting at such a position that its axis falls either above or below the parting line. In all other cases, the axis of the core was lying along the parting line. So this is the diagram of top-off core. So its axis lying below the parting line. Next is ram of core. It is embedded in the mold as placement of core is not possible after ramming. And next is Keyscore. Keyscore is used where a pattern is to be used without any core prints. I have discussed that the pattern creates a sheet to keep the core. That sheet is known as core print. But here no core print is used. The core is held between cope and drag simply due to the pressure put by the former. So this is all about the core. So core is a part which is used to create a hollow cavity. So once the molten metal is poured and solidifies, this sand mass known as core can be ejected, keeping the cavity hollow. So depending on the type of cavity and the intricacy and the position, various types of cores are used.